Dr. Campbell is a very selfless man.
Every time I work with him, I learn something new.
The one thing that makes Dr. Campbell so special is the fact that he not only treats his patients, but he cares for his patients.
I believe the attraction is Matthew's personality itself. He is so energetic in this mission that it's a little bit contagious.
The first time I met Dr. Campbell in the interview process, my initial impression was he was a real-life Doogie Howser.
I was born in Columbus, Ohio. My early life was school, church, summer vacations with family. I grew up in a Christian family. Faith was a big part of life, very much from the get-go, and I got to see that demonstrated in my parents. I was always decent with science and math, so that's kind of the career direction that I was looking, but I don't think I had a clear idea, even through high school, what exactly I would wind up doing with my life. When it came time to choose a college, my sister, as well as a bunch of my classmates ahead of me, had started going to Huntington. The class ahead of me, I think there were 9 graduates from my high school that went to Huntington that year. So when I got there, it was like my whole track team was there already. My family and my home church had always had a special place in their heart for missions. Dr. Obregon, a general surgeon from Columbus, Ohio, who had been in my church growing up, was heavily involved in missions. I call him a long-term, short-term missionary.
Matt and his parents went with us on a mission trip to Thailand, and there I introduced him to medical mission and let him do a few minor surgical cases. He liked what he was doing, and after that we also went to Burma and saw the medical work there.
Matt came to Myanmar in 1997, and I asked, what are you going to be after graduating? And he said, not sure yet. So I said to him, why don't you become a doctor and come back and help us in Myanmar, because healthcare in Myanmar is really in need of quality care. So that's what I said to him, and he said, well, okay, we'll see.
When he came back to the States after the mission trip, he told his parents that he wanted to change his major from chemistry to pre-med.
So when he came back from the initial mission trip that he took to Thailand, I could definitely see his love for wanting to help people through medicine. That became very clear that he had a purpose in what he wanted to do with his life.
Started medical school, got married to Wendy shortly after that in the fall of my first year of medical school. Wendy went on and got her master's in public health at the same time. I was able to go on a couple of mission projects. While I was a medical student, we went to Outer Mongolia with Dr. Pete. So I was able to keep my foot in mission work the whole time. I knew from the get-go that I wanted to be a surgeon because of my experiences with Dr. Obregon. So because I knew what I wanted to do, I was open. I always got to be open to God changing your mind, but he didn't this time. I had mission-oriented mentors sprinkled here and there, even through my medical school years and residency years, which kept my focus where it always intended it to be. I wanted to choose a job that would allow me the time and the flexibility to do that, but would also leave enough gas in my tank personally to go do that. My mentor ahead of me, Dr. Four, had actually interviewed up here at Holy Family in Wisconsin. He loved it, and he felt like it had what I was looking for as far as being a mission-oriented hospital that would not begrudge but would be supportive of the mission work that I wanted to do. So I came up and interviewed, and he was right. It was a good match.
Matt currently chairs our Physician Council, which is a group of elected physicians that represent the physician network, as well as that is a committee of our board of directors. Matt also sits on our board of directors. If we have a talent that we can give to this community, to others in this country, we're going to support it no matter what. And I actually encourage other individuals to do the same as Matt. Go out and help. Help if you can do it, deliver on it, and Matt, man, it is wonderful that he takes that and he does it and he has such passion for it.
This was a January project, and so it was minus 10 degrees here, and it was 99 degrees and 99% humidity in Bolivia when we got off the plane. It was a huge challenge for Matt and I. We come from Western medicine. We're used to time. We're used to things being very punctual. You know, the OR, every minute counts.
What he always tries to do on all of his mission work is leave that staff in the hospital, leave those physicians, leave those nurses a little bit better than when we got there. He truly is one of those gentlemen who it's never about him, it's always about something else. You know, be it his family, be it, you know, members of his church, be it his friends, and certainly be it his patients.
When Matt and Wendy Campbell came to our church, they were a couple that dove right in and helped out with ministry, and I saw leadership skills in Matt. I saw that he was a guy who was very friendly, very relational, of course educated, and yet very personable to anybody and everybody.
I'm in Matt's small group. Matt runs the small group very openly. He desires personal relationships on a level that I've never experienced before. If an individual family or person is struggling with something, we may derail and we may all just sit and pray and talk through the issue with the person. My relationship with my wife was, it's faith-based without a doubt, but I've got a demon, or had a demon really, and it's still there, of drinking. Wasn't over the top by any stretch of the imagination, but it was there. Matt was, without a doubt, the keystone that helped me get sober. I think in a lot of ways, Matt Campbell saved my marriage.
Huntington was, the more I look back on it, the more I just am tickled pink with how good of an experience my time at Huntington was, and how well it prepared me or molded me to do what I get to do today. One part of that was their focus, a very intentional focus on how to integrate your faith into whatever it is you're going to do. And not only did they promote that and talk about that, but it was a joyful experience to see people in all sorts of departments doing that very thing. Find someone that you want to be like, look at their character, look at their habits, look and ask them how they integrate their faith into what they do. And I couldn't think of a better place, in retrospect, to have gotten my college education than Huntington for modeling that and setting that out as a priority.